What up, y'all? Welcome back to Instructions for Humanity. It is your girl, Tahirah, your spiritual teacher. Y'all, I'm here with my family. I'm going to introduce y'all to everybody. These are like, now I ain't got no favorites, y'all, but these might just be my favorites. But I'm gonna introduce y'all and we're gonna talk about the frequency. And like my whole family is woke and my whole family is conscious. And I thought it was only fitting that we're all together. We're all dressed in our royal colors and our cosmic royal colors. I'm gonna introduce y'all to my family members here, and then we're gonna get into a very powerful message about the frequency and what's that ringing in your ear. So I'm going to first introduce my lovely older sister, Aisha. She's going to introduce herself and she's going to tell you just a little bit about her, I guess, powers. We don't even need to call them gifts no more because I think they're just powers at this point. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you. My name is Aisha. Um, I know and I believe that I am definitely goddess of love. I feel like that is my power. I have strong abilities to um, show love, give love in higher frequencies more than most. So I believe that's my power.
Awesome. And I believe she's an energy healer too, just to add that. And y'all, I'm sorry, this was impromptu, so y'all might have to speak louder. This
Okay.
is this is my road dog, y'all. This is Yusuf. It's my
All
brother
right.
Yusuf. Go ahead, bro.
Right. My name is Yusuf.
Louder, bro.
My name is Yusuf. Um, my spiritual name is the Universal Spirit, and I turn the wheels of the atom. So in that, I'm able to heal myself and others, and also really I war against the powers and the principalities, the spirits in high places. So pretty much that's pretty much what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, and low key, y'all, he also is a chemist as well. So he makes also like natural healing products, like so many reviews, like healing like eczema, like arthritis, gout, like so like skin, like so much stuff. And that's gonna be coming too in the new year. There's gonna be so many products, right? So y'all like get loose, like for real. My family, first of all, y'all acting all coy. Y'all, we get crunk up in here, y'all. If that's a word, but y'all, let's go ahead, and we were just having this conversation and I thought I would bring it to you guys. So we were talking about the frequency, right? And then we were talking about like seeing images. And so my sister, I think, mentioned that when she started to hear the frequencies, that what were you saying again? Because I think I forgot.
Okay. So this been happening like for a long time for me, but lately I've definitely been hearing like ringing in my ear. So at that moment, yeah, I try to like just stop and think about what's going on, but it's like just a ringing in my ear, and you hear so many things, or that spirit trying to speak to you, or your ancestors trying to speak to you. It could mean a vast number of
Yeah.
things. So yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's what she was saying. And then I was telling her this is how actually what prompted me and brought me into my gifts, because this was happening to me for probably the past 10 years. And I would get like a really high pitched frequency in my ear. And then for that happened for a little while. And then next they start to bring in the images and the visuals. And at first I was getting so excited. I was like, oh my God, I'm seeing visions right before my eyes. And the moment I became conscious that I was seeing the visions, that's when they went away. So then it took me about 4 years to train myself to subdue my conscious mind and almost like push my awareness back. And I guess that would be the subconscious. Now that I know that's the subconscious, right? I would push my awareness in the background and I would just almost become an observer of those thoughts. And that's how, if this is happening to you, this is how you can see vision. So that frequency, right, is basically like you tuning into a radio station, right? But you're not yet quite tuned in. And so when we fine tune, right, when we allow the tune to get tuned in all the way, that's when we can channel messages, we can see visions, we can pick up on energies, like anything that is unseen, we can see that. And so that's what typically is going on when you hear the ringing in your ear. There could also be something negative too, but I have only had positive events with the frequency, right? So I just became an observer of my thoughts. Do you want to add anything to this, bro?
Yeah. And like for me, I see both. So positive and negative frequencies. Mostly negative frequencies I see from like technology, as far as well, 5G is out. So those are actually like shorter um frequencies, but they're way more powerful and potent. So you can get that like severe ringing in your ear. For me, I have to turn my head, and what I do, once I have that negative frequency, I'll start turning my wheels. So mine is like the atom. So this is the nucleus. So I turn my wheels this way, then I turn my wheels around horizontally, and then both angles this way, and then, that way. So in that I actually dissolve the frequency and I render it useless or neutral. Like I neutralize the negative frequency that's trying to hit me. But with a positive frequency, I'll actually reverse my wheels, all four in the opposite direction. I have other ways that I turn my wheels as well. Maybe we'll discuss that at another time. But that way where I actually reverse my wheels in the positive rotation or orientation, then I absorb it into my soul, into my spirit, and I actually focus that energy, which is good, onto pressure points in my body where I know pressure is built up, whether it's in my heart, whether it's in my brain, whether it's in my feet, whether it's in wherever, and that's how I'm able to heal myself.
That's dope. And so guys, this is happening in the mind, right? So all is in the mind. The universe is in the mind. The healing is in the mind. And so that's what he does. And so like for him, he deals with a lot of the negative forces, right? And a lot of people sometimes they think it's bad to deal with negative forces, but it's not bad because somebody has to deal with it. Like the very reason why we are enjoying clean energy air, right? I guess if that's a thing, is because there are some people that are battling the principalities in the spirit. And that's what he's talking about when he's turning his wheels. And he can heal himself that way as well. And he can do chakra work as well. He does a lot of chakra work with the wheels. So how do you like, what do you feel that with your gifts, like how would you equate the frequency to like what you do?
You want to take that first, bro?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
For me, I think I'm all around the place, but I know that I'm a work in progress. Um, Possible reincarnation, I think I've been conquering my basal chakra. Um, these two are more into the chakras than me. I just innately know it.
Which one would that be? Are you talking about your root chakra?
Yeah, the root
Base.
The root.
chakra.
Okay, the base. Okay. The root chakra.
I think, the universe been dealing with me, about that for years, even going over a year celibate, like large time points just being celibate,
Yeah.
is because even when I try, everybody's married, everybody's in a relationship. It's like one after the other after the other. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I mean, over time, it just made me like, okay,
This is where you're supposed to be.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm supposed to be sitting by myself and really studying who I am and figuring out who is the universal spirit, what is his power, and what is his purpose, you know. And I've been growing and developing, still definitely further to go, but at least I have the core of who I am. And I'm continuously like moving forward. Next thing is to manifest, manifest other things that I want, especially what we all need is prosperity, so that's definitely the next thing for me, the
Right.
manifestation, being able to understand how to have a thought and a desire and to bring it into
Mm.
pull it down into the third dimension to where it exists,
Mhm.
you
Well,
know
let's explore that. I know we jumping around, y'all. This is just impromptu, but let's go ahead and explore because I believe spirit wants to tell us how to do that. Like, this is where we are. I believe that we can get the answers to anything. So how do we pull something from the unseen into the seen, into the physical? Well, everything is energy, and something is what's matter, because I'm getting the word matter. Like, you're a science guy. You might know that.
Well, matter, I mean, matter really is exactly what it says, is really what matters to you.
Hmm,
Because whatever matters to you is the reality in which you're going to be focused on giving your energy into, you know?
okay.
So if Christ matters to you,
Yeah,
if
there you go.
Shiva from India
There you
matters
go.
to you, if in Islam, if Allah matters to you,
Mm.
on a religious tip.
Okay, so that's what spirit is saying.
Mhm.
How do you bring it from, from the unseen? You have to do something that matters to you. And so I thought they were talking about the scientific matter, but as you just explained it, it makes sense. Because if
Mhm.
you do something that matters to you, that's the energy, right? Everything is a energetic match. So just as much as it is a frequency game, and sometimes we use frequency and energy interchangeably, right? And I'll go in on that. But so just to kind of stay on topic here, pulling something from the unseen into the seen is one of those ways we could do that. Is what spirit wants us to know, is to do something that matters to you, because you are going to be a vibrational frequency match to that. And that's what's going to actually bring it in, and so that you can manifest. And so a lot of times people, people are like, oh, don't focus on, doing music or being in movies or being a basketball player or whatever, because it's so hard to make it. And I get that, and it is. But a lot of times, if we just do what matters without the negative connotation that other people put on us,
Mhm.
that's how you will it in. You just become a vibrational match to that. And it's like how I subdued my conscious mind. I kind of brought my awareness back, and you become an observer of it. You have to become an observer of all these objects that you want to manifest. If you're too much in the conscious mind, thinking about the touch, all of the senses, to taste how it feels and all that, you're not going to have it that way. You have to sit back and observe as if you already are viewing it, that you already have it, because everything is in the quantum field, right? Um, so that's just what I want to say. And I know that I'm just talking, y'all. Like I'm said, I'm sorry. And we're gonna talk more with my sister here, but y'all know I got a big mouth. I do. But let me just explain really quickly, because me and you were talking about this the other day, the difference between a frequency and energy. And so what I like to say, kind of give an analogy, if you're in an elevator, right? The elevator get off on floor 3. That's the energy. That's the energy you are on. You get off the elevator, you are on that energy level. But there could be two different people on floor 3. One could be vibing high at a high frequency, thinking about positive things, and the other person could be, thinking about something negative, thinking about, what they depressed about or sad about. So that would be the difference. Like, we're all here on earth, right? But people are having many different experiences, right? Some people are vibing high and overcoming what they've been through the same exact thing. But some people are choosing to be on the higher frequency, and other people are choosing to be on the lower frequency. And I know that you can speak to this, because you had a lot of opportunity to choose to vibe high.
True. Definitely true. Um, I just think like maybe a major turning point in my life. I had I was married 10 years ago. My husband passed away. So at that time, energies is everywhere. And at that time I didn't understand frequencies. I didn't understand what I was literally stepping myself into. So you literally have a choice. Either you gonna be negative or you gonna be positive. And when you have so much still to do and you have so much to still accomplish, and you got to look forward and move on, I just chose the positive route. I chose the to try as vibe as high as could every single day, and I just kept getting into it, studying, and I just figured out that everything you do as far as if you want to go to that negative side, it just pulls you, it pulls everything in you down. Whatever
Mhm.
you have left, it just pulls you all the way down. You have to, I just figured out that I had to continue to just raise my levels higher and higher every single day, because again, I just had a lot to do. I'm still young, had a lot to live for. So I just figured, hey, so I just start reading. I start learning frequencies, how they work. Um, I start to um, just practice that, and just every single day, if it's affirmations, if it's channeling, if it's meditation, if it's just sitting in outside and speaking to the trees, or just sitting in nature. You have to find the things that will cause yourself to continue to rise in in your frequencies.
Right.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. You want to take
Like for me, I'm a warrior, That's just simple and plain. I'm a warrior.
it?
So anything that comes for me, you better be ready, because me, I never stop. I never give up. I never give in. So if you come to me, you gon' you bite a little chunk off. Like, you better be ready to eat the whole pie, because I'm never gonna stop. Like, I'm a very determined, strong individual. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything like that, but ever since I was a kid, I was very disciplined in school with my academics, always on the honor roll. I look at people that say that I'm nothing, and I'm like, you know what? You a human. Like, that's all I can say. You're a human just like me. Like, why can't I learn like how you learn? Why can't I be the best? Why can't I, be on an honor roll every week? And they
Mhm.
tried to put me like in first grade, like what, reading readiness. I'm like, what? No. I went in there and I'm 5 years old, 6 years old. I'm like, no, I'm fighting. Then the seventh grade, I broke out, start surpassing everybody, and competing with the top students. And that gave me the drive from just a little young child, 6, 7 years old, impression in my mind that I'm never gonna roll over, for anything. So any frequency, any spirit, anything like that, no. And I think that's what helped me to
Yeah.
develop the universal spirit, to know my name and my power. That's what helped me to be able to know that I turn the wheels of the Adam, and
Yeah.
that's the power that I use to force all frequencies to do
Hey.
what I say do, and not what they want me to do, because I rule, I am God.
I love that. And bro, like it's just that's what's up. And bro, so this atom that you're talking about, are you talking about the are you talking about the original man? Like explore that, because
Right.
you're saying you're turning the wheels, the atoms, but that kind of sounds like the beginning of creation. Like how does that play out?
Because the Adam, the Adum, the man, you know, and I am his seed, and we are the Aboriginals of America, and we know that we are Judah,
Hmm.
you know. That's why the whole earth follows us. We are the
Hmm.
original from the Garden of Eden, the first man upon the face of the planet. So, for that being said, we are the ones that have the natural born crown of the earth. you know
Mm.
Everything belongs to us. It's all been taken from us, we know that,
Yeah.
but we can see it in our music. The whole world
Mm.
follows us. Look at
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's self-explanatory.
Mm.
Look at all the black artists,
Yeah.
everybody in Africa, in Asia, in
Yeah.
Australia, in Europe, everywhere around the earth is following the so-called African American, but we are the Aboriginals.
Right.
And here, this is the Essex clan, the Washita Murs, and we
Yes.
we are Judah.
Yes.
you know. So we are the original, and it really doesn't matter what you try to do, you can't win.
That's
You
awesome.
can't, you can't win
That's
against the Adam. because the wheels will turn and find all the enemies and destroy. And
Okay.
there's nothing you can do.
All right. So as you see, that's he carries the war spirit for our family,
Warrior.
which is cool because like me, I'm in and that's why me and my brother, like that's just been my day one because as you guys know, I'm in the Christ energy. I'm in that love, light, feel good energy. Like my whole family, they call me the pure hearted one. You guys know my name Tahirah means purity, right? And so it's so funny because me and him are like so opposite, but when you add our energies together, they are so needed. They really do balance each other out. And
Mhm.
just as we're going back to the frequency, how the frequency can be a good thing, like my sister was saying, for channeling, for picking up energy, for healing the chakras, but the frequency too. They'd be putting out artificial frequencies to stop us and to keep humanity at a certain level. So then we also need I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. We also need the adversary force to battle that because everything on this earth is dualistic. And I talk a lot on this channel about the Christ energy and the Satan frequency is two sides of the same coin. And I wrote a whole book about this. It's channeled message. And there's a particular energy, there's a particular name that when the Christ and the Satan show up as two sides of the same coin, there's actually another name given to that entity at that point. But um, it's very fitting that, I'm kind of more in the Christ energy and he's kind of more holding the adversary, energy. So it just kind of wanted to draw that parallel because it is a frequency game. And as we know, let's just segue into this. As we know, after 2020 came, it really leveled the playing field. We were able to open our third eye. Many of us who were like on that borderline, we were able to open our third eye. Many people that were fast asleep, maybe now they got one eye awaken, because of the 2020 event. And everybody knew it was something crazy. But I say that to say that and you had mentioned this too, when the 5D, the 5G, sorry, the 5G came out,
Mhm.
that was a new frequency that they were using the so-called 2020 event, the Rona event, to put these frequencies out there to stop our ascension because they already knew that we were going to ascend at this appointed time. And
Mhm.
so that's how the negative frequency got out there. So it's very important to have people working with the frequency, in all of its glory, and also combating the negative frequency that they are putting out as well.
But let me interject a little bit. When we speak about frequencies and what you just said, but the higher and higher you get on your frequency level, you can detect when it's a negative. You can detect when it's different. You'll just feel it. So I feel like the higher and higher in frequencies that you go, this is how I understood who I was, what my gifts were, and now I'm developing actually how to use them properly. So I think that's my next, that's where I am right now. But um but when you say that, I just feel like when when those negative energies come along, and they come in people, they come in places, they come in dreams, they come in every which way, from the air, from everywhere. So,
Yeah.
but you are so aware that they are
Mhm.
there because you have learned how to continue to raise and raise and raise your frequency. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And also, too, it joins people together. And I'm
Mhm.
going to tell you a story. I was in a session with this, and girl, I know you probably watching. I was in a beautiful session and a quantum healing session. And I was guiding this my client back to a lifetime that we shared together in ancient Gaza. And she started experiencing some pain, and I asked her to look down to see if she was with child, and she was with child, and she was going through labor pains. Do you know that I called my sister later that day, and she was like, she had horrible pains in her stomach. She felt like it was
That's
childbirth.
me.
And I asked her, what time was this? And she told me what time. And it was literally the same within an hour of the time that I was doing the session. And so this is what's going on, y'all. Like I keep telling y'all about the melted into one energy. Like the wheat from the shaft is being separated, the chosen from the non-chosen, the ones that can go to the new frequency. See, that's you're chosen because you have done the work. There are only some people that can go to the new frequency in energy. That's what it is. In body, some people's bodies won't be able to take the new frequency. This is how you get chosen. It's not so, it just is not so crazy. You get chosen because you can make it to the new frequency. So what I'm saying is, because we are on the new frequency, even though we are siblings, but we also are sharing the same new frequency that is now coming online. And so this is the telepathy, right? Not only telepathy of hearing thoughts, but also being able to feel. So we're all connected. And this is why I'm so excited about this new healing journey that I'm on, to be an elite healer. And I'm meeting so many wonderful healers from around the world. And we're all healers sitting here. Like we all use different modalities to heal, as if he uses his wills. And, my sister uses,
Light language.
light language. Oh, and we're going to speak some light language to you guys too in a moment too. So she uses light language, and she also uses energy as well. And as if I use, the subconscious mind, and hypnosis, and quantum healing, and energy, and visualization. Guys, the imagination is so important. I'm telling you guys, if you just imagine, that's you talking to spirit. That's all you have to do. Anyone can do it. But I say that to say that this is how dope this new frequency is. We weren't even in the same city. And she was literally feeling what my client was going through, because me and her are connected. So it's wild. So as this new frequency begins to come online even more, we're going to all be like different. Basically, we're going to be in the four corners of the earth, all working together through telepathy. This is what's going on. We're developing telepathy right now on a collective level. Like it's deep.
Yeah, and that reminds me of
Amazing.
like when they say the scripture, many are called, but few are chosen. It's like the ones that are chosen, they answer that call. And that call is hard, you know, to do that energetic work where you have to not just sit there and watch YouTube for hours scrolling and scrolling, but you feeling these spirits and these frequencies around you, and you start to pay attention and start thinking, okay, first of all, what's going on? Second of all, who am I? Third of all, okay, this is my power. Okay, who is my enemy? Okay, how do I defeat my enemy? Like learning a whole nother, like they say, another language. Like we are spiritual beings. We just living in the flesh, a third dimensional experience. But we are, if you are truly a son of the Most High God, you ascend to pass all dimensions. You live in the darkness before all creation. So, understanding that, then we have to understand that we have the power over all things. So there's no need to have fear. There's no need to not believe in yourself. All of those things happen when you get back into your third dimensional self, or you have not worked on your ascension. As long as you sit there, doing the normal third dimensional things and trying to fit in with the crowd, you're never going to rise. But as soon as you start paying attention, the Christ energy is knocking at the door every single day. You know it. You hurting. You need to change something. You need to switch it up. We all been through all this. Especially you get older. I know young people, you still going. You still like just start hearing the tap and the knock at the door. You ignoring it right now. Some have already answered it because that's just their calling, but some is going to take time, just like most of us. Take time, and you're going to fall by the wayside. You got to pick yourself back up, dust yourself off. But eventually, if you are truly a son of the Most High, if you are truly a God, a creator God, you will walk the path and you will rise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where that's just what I was gonna say, walk the path. It's the same topic. Connection. Definitely.
Awesome.